Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new Quad Radio / video as the road show continues here from Texas as we are the first round of ATV Motocross Championship Racing, and we're talking with one of our competitors here this weekend from the Pro Sport and Pro-Am class. Brand new to that this year is Alan Meyers, a part of the 96Nine Motorsports team, which is headed up by the Tennessee Valley Solar, which we talked with Travis more about in our last interview. If you get a chance, go back and check that out. But we got one of his star pupils right here, Alan Meyers. And Alan, welcome to Quad Radio / video. Glad to have you on board, man. And dude, I tell you, man, I've watched your progression, and I got to tell you, I'm not gonna lie, I remember you from the youth classes, but it wasn't until 3 seasons ago, I guess it would have been now, that you really started making your name and a splash in the sport. I mean, a consistent name and a consistent splash, and you won that championship, man. I mean, it was an amazing thing to be able to end your youth career like that.
Yeah, I mean, I really stepped it up a lot towards the end of 15 and really started working hard for it. And, it just carried me all the way to here to Pro-Am, Pro Sport classes, so I'm just excited.
I bet you are. Now let's talk a little bit about it. Let's talk about you yourself. Talk about how'd you get into ATV racing, and then we'll talk about how you got here. But initially, when did you get into ATV racing?
I was probably like 3 or 4, and my aunt actually owned like a motocross track on the beach, and we eventually we bought him out of it. It was a hard track, and I would only race 2 times a year. That was it. And we started going out to like local races and getting like more into it. And I think my first national was probably in 2006.
Wow.
And I wasn't really that serious into it. I didn't really train. I didn't, none of that until I didn't. Really
How old were you? You were like, had to be like 5, right?
My first race. I was 4.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. How did you do? Do you even remember?
I don't even remember.
That's gonna say, do you even remember racing?
The only thing I remember is I used to go into the corners way too fast, and I would blow the berms and get stuck, and I couldn't lift my bike up. So my sister used to race too, and she would stop and help me get my bike up and go to the next corner.
So that's the way it all started.
Yeah.
Huh? So does your sister still race?
No, she doesn't. She got out of it pretty early, and I stuck with it.
So let's go on a little further. After your first national, after you're 4, 5, 6 years old, I mean, here we go. I mean, things are starting to build for you, right?
Yeah, I tried racing nationals 1 year full time, and I got hurt around like the 3rd round. I got hurt pretty bad, and so then I went to NEATV to kind of, get back into it a little bit. That's where I met Travis at. We got together, and then came to nationals back and came back hard. And won a national title.
So 15 was your return back to the nationals. Then
Yep.
I mean, yeah, okay. You just hit 1 or 2 here and there in the meantime. That's what I was kind of thinking. And so, what was it like for you to go from racing New England, being an okay rider, and racing the nationals and doing all right at the nationals whenever you race a national here and there, to being top of the class? What was it like?
Yeah, well, the first of the season was, I was really nervous. I didn't think I would really do too good. I expected to be like a mid-pack rider. And then, the first race of the year, I won Daytona, and I was super pumped. And I just stayed really consistent throughout the whole year with, first and seconds, and, it just all came together.
It all came together at the last round. The final motos is really how that championship came to be, right?
Yeah, I had to, after Minnesota, I had to win every single moto until that was.
That's awesome, man. And you were able to pull it off and achieve it. And I know that had to be a great feeling.
Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was a confidence booster for sure. I was just,
Oh, I can imagine what you were feeling like. I mean, to go, to come to this level and be able to perform at the level you were performing at. I mean, that's amazing. But then we fast forward to last year, man. I mean, I come to Texas, and Travis said, "We're running the A class. We're running the A class." And I'm thinking, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I was a hater, but I was a doubter. I'm thinking, is it too much? I mean, I know he did amazing in the youth class, and winning that championship, he barely squeaked that one out, and stepping right into the A class already. I mean, honestly, I'm not the only one, I'm sure, that probably felt that way.
Yeah, I had a lot of people, that doubted me a lot, and I came actually at Daytona. I didn't win, but I got second, and I proved a lot of people wrong at Daytona. When I came here, I crashed my first moto, and then I won the rest, and I really proved people wrong.
There you did.
So,
you did do that, and I'm not saying that I doubted you. It was just that I thought that maybe it was too much too fast, and I was really afraid that it might be a confidence diffuser rather than confidence booster. But I mean, you took that first moto, here in Texas, the bad moto, and you used that fuel, I guess, and you used what everybody was saying. I don't know if you're ready for it. You used that for fuel, it sounds like.
Yeah, well, in the off season, I really worked really hard. I knew where I had to be, and Travis and the whole team really pushed me really hard to be where I had to be, and it gave me confidence. It's something to push for when people told me I couldn't do it, and it was just kind of like a confidence booster.
That's awesome. I think that's great, and it sounds to me like you and Travis's personalities mesh well together. Honestly.
Yeah, really, really well actually. I mean, anything he tells me to do on the track, like I can understand, know exactly what he's talking about and do exactly what it is.
Well, here's the rumor that I hear, that your dad can tell you the same thing and Travis can tell you, and it makes sense when Travis tells you, right?
Yeah, I think that's probably about the same thing with everybody, though.
But there are some things that Dad just don't know that Travis has experienced.
Exactly. It's a lot better coming from someone that was, in the pro class and a fast, respectable rider.
Take me through a typical day at Travis's compound. I mean, what's it like for you as the rider? I know we hear it from Travis, these guys, they work hard, they got to do this, they got to do that. Tell me, what's it like from your perspective? Is it as hard as what Travis seems to think that it is on you guys?
I'd say it's probably harder.
Really?
Yeah, definitely a lot harder. We wake up pretty early. We'll road bike from the house all the way to the track, and we'll get to the track.
What's that, half mile, 3/4 of a mile?
Yeah, probably about 16 miles.
What? So you road bike to the track 16 miles?
Yeah, and then we'll prep our bikes, get our bikes ready for motos. We'll do 3 to 4 motos a day, and sometimes we'll do long endurance motos, or sometimes we'll do sprint motos, and then sometimes we'll do workouts in between our motos. And then
throw your bicycles in the back of the truck and drive home, right?
Yeah, no.
Right. You ride the bikes back another 16 miles.
Yeah, actually, we'll do a workout after that, and then we'll ride back. And on some days, we'll just go for a really long bike ride, 30, 40 miles.
That's crazy, man. And I mean, well, that's what it takes, though. I mean, you talk to these top-tier pros, man. They're biking 60, 70, 80 miles a day. So I guess it's wrong. I mean, you're doing what needs to be done, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
So so you do that. You go home. You ride your bicycles home. You work out again whenever you get home.
No, we won't. By the time we get home, it'll be time for dinner.
Yeah? So what kind of do you guys eat, like hamburgers and stuff from down to the local dairy shack?
Definitely not.
Does he have a strict diet that you guys have to follow?
Yeah, really strict diet actually. Lots of proteins and really strict. Always eat healthy.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So I guess when he says it's not just a lesson, it's a lifestyle, he's telling the truth, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, basically everything we do is about motocross. Everything. There's not a single thing I can think of that's not based around racing.
Now, say I'm an individual. I'm a little honey. I'm not a little honey, but say there's a little honey, a sweet-looking little thing, and you're wanting to impress her, and you're wanting to tell her what you're doing without throwing it on too thick, but telling the truth. Tell me how you introduce yourself, and tell me how you tell me about yourself. How do you tell people about what you do, man?
I mean, I don't really know. I guess I just tell them, I race motocross, and usually that sells it.
You've got the look, you've got the hair, man. That's not I race motocross. They don't care if you're any good at all, do they?
Yeah. No, I mean,
he's cute. He's got good looking hair. All right, he races motocross. Mommy, check out my new boyfriend.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, do you have much time for that kind of stuff? Is there a lot? I mean, I know you guys have a lot of fun. I mean, there's a lot of rumors that go around about you guys having too much fun sometimes. But let's talk about it. I mean, what in the evening? Do you guys have a lot of time to mesh and be, I guess, friends? I guess is what it would
You know, we definitely. I mean, we have fun every single day. You know, I mean, it's a blessing to be out and do what you love every single day. You know, but yeah, I mean, sometimes if we work really hard and we just need a day off or two, we'll go out and do something fun, or you know, just.
So that you like go fishing, you go water skiing. What do you guys do for fun?
Well, we actually go. Like we'll go out to the lake on the boat and go like tubing and stuff, but tubing usually gets a little dangerous. And
I can't imagine that at all.
Yeah.
Not with motocross guys involved at all.
Yeah, it gets a little sketchy, but it's fun.
And honestly, that's probably, you're still getting some training in doing that, I would imagine.
Yeah,
I know anytime I've gone out and tubed and skied and all that kind of stuff, I think I felt like I found muscles I never knew that I had. So that's pretty interesting. So what's your plans? What's your hopes for this year?
You know, I mean, I've been working really hard. The whole team has been working really hard. And I'm hoping for 2 championships again this year. I've been working really hard. I definitely have the speed. I have the endurance. I think it's very likely.
So realistically, you think there's no reason why you can't do it, right?
Yeah.
So let's fast forward halfway through the season. You realize, man, this is a pretty big task out here. I don't know if I'm going to get 2 championships. How's the attitude at that point?
I mean, it's always just push, you know. I mean, we would just work harder. And
that would make you hungrier, is that what you're saying? It'd make you work harder to try to beat the guys that are beating you, if it happens.
Yeah, I mean, just like in 2015, I had to win the last 4 races of the year, and I mean, I led every single lap.
And who was that championship against? Was that
Peyton Zimmerman?
Peyton Zimmerman. Yeah, that was a knockdown drag-out battle, if I remember, between you guys, man. That was crazy.
Yeah, we battled every single race. It was awesome. I mean, I'm glad we still got to be friends after. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I seen them hanging out over here a little bit ago, I think, Mom and Dad, anyway. So that's awesome, man, that you guys were able to build that kind of friendship and that relationship through competition like that. And I imagine that, are you only worried? I mean, whenever you're on the track, I mean, is that all you're worried about? Do you support your teammates, your fellow riders? Are you out there with them and stuff?
I mean, my teammates, I definitely support them. You know, I want to see them succeed. But you know, when I'm on the track, I mean, I work as hard as I do to win. And, you know, I won't be satisfied with any less than that.
That's awesome, man. And what are you going to do to achieve that?
Work harder.
I love it. See, I'm obviously you got good parents. I mean, they taught you well. I mean, but refortifying that with Travis's influence. Do you think that he's been a good, positive influence in your life?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Do you think you could have achieved what you have achieved without his assistance?
I don't think so. I don't think I would have really had the drive. You know, I mean, I come off the track every time after a moto just to see him and my dad's and my mom's, like, you know, expression of how happy they are, and I love seeing that. That's like really what I do.
Wow. So big smile from ear to ear is as good as anything you can get, huh? Yeah. I know Mommy gets excited. She probably comes up and hugs you and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
She still treats you like a little baby, don't she?
Yeah.
And that, you know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I think that's great, man. And I think you're a great kid. A young man. How old are you now? 17 years old, and you got a long road ahead of you, I think, in the sport, man. I think it sounds like you got some big plans. I mean, obviously, the pro sport is this year. Are you going to go, well, let's not even talk about next year. Let's just get through this year and see how things go, man. If you get 2 championships out of this, I'm going to escort you right straight to the pro class because that's where you need to be. Yeah. But just amazing, man. I mean, I just want to congratulate you on your hard work and the effort. I want to congratulate you on the accomplishments that you made. You've really made a name for yourself here at the Nationals, and just thanks for being a part of it, man. And to me, man, I got to admit, I'm a fan of the sport, and to watch riders achieve great things, I kind of not really achieved them with you, but I feel that energy that you guys put off whenever you, I live vicariously, I guess, through you guys, I guess would be the best way to see it. So when you're celebrating, I'm celebrating, and then on the same thing, I'm down for the guy that didn't do so well at the same time. But I mean, thank you, man. I mean, because you've really helped elevate the class, racing, the structure, everything about it. I think you're setting a great example out on the track with the training programs and stuff that you got going on. So just thank you for being a part of it, man.
Thank you for all this. You know, I mean, you do a really good job. I know, you know.
Oh, shucks,
I love
go
seeing
on.
you on the podium. You know?
I love seeing you on the podium also, man. And that's great. So maybe we'll get a chance to do a lot of talking this year. And if not, I know it will be coming again soon for you.
For sure.
I have no reason to believe that you're not going to be on the podium this weekend and all the weekends to follow. But obviously this is going to be airing after the first round of ATV Motocross. And win, lose, or draw, man, I'm sure you've got a message for the folks out there in the ATV Racing Nation. What would you like to say to them?
You know, I just like to thank everybody that comes out here and supports us, and it's just awesome. I love the sport.
All right. We love watching you be a part of the sport. That's going to do it for this guy right here, Alan Meyers. I'm Rodney Tomlin. This is the New Quad Radio.